Welcome to Larry H. Miller Field here at Brigham Young University as the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks are set to take on the 7-seed Olympus Titans in a win-or-go-home matchup as both teams lost yesterday in round one of bracket play. My name is Kyle Garrison. Thanks so much for joining us here on KSLSports.com for Game 1 of 4 set to take place today, with the winner advancing to take on the loser of Orem and Brighton later on this evening. We'll get set to start things off here in the top of the first. Talon Cloward leading things off here for the Skyhawks. On the mound is Vance Cougar for Olympus as a swing and a miss. "68 strikeouts to just 23 walks as Cloward will take ball one outside. One count here in the top of the first inning, and a swing and a miss once again from Cloward has Vance Cougar in a 1-2 count. Beautiful day here at Brigham Young University. Sharp line drive into center field, playable off the hop, but that will be a lead-off single to start things off here for Talon Cloward. And that will bring up Caleb DeGraffenfried, number 5, playing in second base today, hitting in the 2 spot for the Skyhawks. First pitch called strike by the home plate umpire. 0-1 count to start things off here for DeGraffenfried. One pitch called ball one here, 1-2 count, excuse me. Caleb DeGraffenfried, 4.07 average on the year, 1.102 OPS. As Cloward attempts to steal, foul tip will reset. Cloward will head back to first base. No outs, top of 1. Man on first, 1-2 count here for Caleb DeGraffenfried. Mentioned DeGraffenfried, 35 hits, 22 RBIs on the year, 12 walks. The USU Eastern commit will head there next year to start his freshman campaign. Cougar Vance on the mound, committed to Southern Idaho, the senior. 7-1 record on the year. 42 innings pitched. Runner goes again, ball high. And Cloward will get into second base for the steal. First runner in scoring position for the Skyhawks. Man on second, nobody out. Caleb DeGraffenfried up at the plate. Salem Hills upset the 3-seed West Jordan in a 2-game sweep. 2-1 in game 1, 8-5 in game 2 to advance in the Super Regionals. Ball high once again. Believe it will be a 3-2 count here. Salem Hills lost a close one yesterday to Orem, 11-9 in round 1 of bracket play. Fouled off into the netting. Ball hit high up, right behind the plate. Ump trying to get out of the way. Play made for out number 1 by Andrew Morgan, the catcher, number 24. First out of the afternoon for Cougar Vance. Cougar Vance playing here at BYU, home of the Cougars. Just 9 earned runs allowed for Cougar Vance on the year. I mentioned 68 strikeouts, 23 walks. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Ball a little bit wild. That will get Cloward over to third base. 1 out, man on third for Braxton Harrison, the catcher, number 4. Braxton Harrison, 348 average, 32 hits, 27 RBIs, 14 walks, .925 OPS on the year. Another one loose, and that is going to bring in Cloward for the first run of the game. Salem Hills starting off the first inning exactly how they would like to. First run of the game for Salem Hills is in. Talon Cloward, number 7, leading off the inning, will make his way around the bases on a couple of wild pitches. 3-0 count here for Braxton Harrison. Nobody on. Called strike 1. Cougar Vance working his way back in the count. 3-1 here. Swing and a miss. Count runs full here. 3-2 to Braxton Harrison. One out, top of 1. Salem Hills jumping out to an early 1-0 lead. Ball hit sharply into right field. Not playable. That'll be another single here in the top of the first inning for Braxton Harrison. Salem Hills starting to put it together late in the season. And that'll bring up Gus Johnson. Not the Fox Sports commentator, but the left fielder wearing number 23, hitting in the cleanup spot here for Salem Hills. Gus Johnson, 393 average, 33 hits, 32 RBIs, 2 home runs, 9 doubles, 5 triples, 1.17 OPS as he skies this one into left field. Playable just near the foul territory line. Only 1 out. That'll be a double play here. That'll end the inning. A little too greedy on the base pass was Braxton Johnson, and that will do it here in the top of the first inning. We'll take you to the bottom of the first. Salem Hills up 1-0 early over Olympus. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. Bottom of the first inning, Salem Hills scored a run in the first, but a double play got Vance Cougar out of the inning. Josh Stoll playing second base will lead things off, number 23 for the Olympus Titans. Trig Richards takes the mound for the Skyhawks. Trig Richards coming in, 4.38 ERA, 38 1/3 innings pitched, 24 earned runs, 52 strikeouts, 27 walks. Just 1 home run allowed on the year for the freshman. Sophomore, excuse me. Underclassmen have been a big part of the Salem Hills lineup this year, and Trig Richards will continue that tradition here, facing off against Josh Stoll. Stoll, the senior, 355 average, 998 OPS. For those of you at home, OPS, combination of slugging percentage, on-base percentage. 27 hits and 13 RBIs for the senior. Get things started off, foul back into the netting. 0-1 count to start things off for Trig Richards. One pitch. Called ball by the home plate ump. 1-1 count running. High and outside. 2-1 to Josh Stoll. Olympus swept 10 seed Woods Cross in the Super Regional 10-3 in game 1. 10-4 in game 2 as the count runs even, 2-2. lost to the 2 seed Brighton 10-0 yesterday in round 1 of bracket play. With the loss to Orem for Salem Hills, the loss to Brighton for Olympus. Win or go home matchup here. Winner of this game will take on the loser of Brighton and Orem, happening later today at 4:30 back here at BYU. 3-2 count, running full, foul tip back once again by the leadoff man, Josh Stoll. All games today will be streamed on KSLSports.com. Join me. I'll be here for all 4 games here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Round 2 of bracket play getting started today. Excellent slate of games yesterday. Orem and Salem Hills ended in a walk-off. Fly ball into center field on the 3-2 count, and that will do it for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now playing for 5, Cade Phelps.
Talon Cloward making the play in center field. That will bring up the 2 spot. Cade Phelps wearing number 5, playing first base today. Left-handed hitter up against the left-handed pitcher. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Swing. Sharply into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Cade Phelps thought about taking second. Will wisely walk back to first base, and that will be a 1-out single for Cade Phelps. Andrew Morgan stepping up to the plate. The catcher today, mentioned him earlier, wearing number 24, batting number 3. 400 average on the year, 1.202 OPS, 24 hits, 15 RBIs, 11 walks for the senior. As he starts things off, taking a strike. 0-1 count running to Andrew Morgan. Sophomore Trig Richards on the mound. The lefty has some power in that fastball. Lefty on righty matchup here. After Cade Phelps, the lefty was able to win their matchup in his first at-bat. He sits at first base. 0-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Man on first for Andrew Morgan. 0-2 pitch fouled off. Ball outside, throw to first base, not in time. Cade Phelps able to get back to the bag. Count runs 1-2. Line sharply to left field, foul ball. Count stays 1-2. One-two pitch coming. Throw back to first base once again. Cade Phelps covers, standing up. We'll reset. One-two pitch swung on into center field. Playable here once again for Talon Cloward. That'll be out number 2 in the bottom of the first inning.
Now playing for 3, Jack Evans.
Number 3, Jack Evans, hitting in the cleanup spot today, playing third base for the Titans. Jack Evans hitting .432 on the year for the senior, 1.042 OPS, 32 hits, 22 RBIs in 84 plate appearances. Ball one thrown in from Trig Richards, trying to get out of a one-out single. Ball slowly rolled to third base, side foul. Count evens up at 1 apiece. Couple of flyouts to center field here in the bottom of the first inning for the Titans. Talon Cloward playing in center field, called both of the outs. 2 outs, 1-1 count. Runner goes. Ball sharply to shortstop. And the play is made at first base. A 6-3 ground out to end the inning here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll take you to the top of the second after a word from these sponsors. Welcome back to Brigham Young University. Top of the first inning, 1-0 lead for the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Hitting in the 5 spot for the Skyhawks, number 1, Dom Jex, playing first base today. Cougar Vance in his second inning of work.
Number 1, Dom Jex.
Dom Jex coming in, 2.78 average, .761 OPS, 20 hits, 20 RBIs, 16 walks. Second on the team in walks, just behind Mason Ward as a swing and a miss starts things off here in the top of the second. 0-1 count running to Dom Jex. Called strike 2. Early 0-2 count to the leadoff hitter for Vance Cougar. 0-2 pitch. High and outside. 1-2 count to Dom Jex. One-two swing and a miss for out number 1 here in the top of the second inning. First strikeout of the day for Cougar Vance. That'll bring up number 24, Trey Mitchell, in the 6th spot, playing third base today for the Skyhawks. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Skyhawks still lead 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Mitchell takes ball 1 high. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count from Vance to Mitchell. Ball hit high in foul territory. Count remains 1-2 to Trey Mitchell. Trey Mitchell, .255 average, .622 OPS, 24 hits, 13 RBIs on the year for the senior. As he takes ball 2 outside, even count, 2-2. Ball flied out into foul territory once again. A couple of foul tips to stay alive here for Trey Mitchell. 1 out in the top of the second inning. 2-2 pitch coming from Cougar. Just a little bit high and outside. Full count running here to Trey Mitchell. Here is the payoff. Ball outside. A 3-2 count walk here with 1 out in the top of the second for Trey Mitchell.
Coming to play number 6,
working back
Trig Richards.
from an 0-2 count to get the third base runner of the day for the Skyhawks. Trig Richards pitching today for the Skyhawks, hitting in the 7 spot. Batting stats, .282 average, .788 OPS, 20 hits, 11 RBIs, and 90 plate appearances. 14 walks drawn for the pitcher. Understands the batter box as he hits one into left field. That ball's going to get down. A single here for Trig Richards will move Trey Mitchell over to second base. Trig Richards understands the strike zone as a pitcher. Takes advantage there on the 0-0 count with 1 out. Shoots one into left field.
Running for the Skyhawks, number 10, McCoy Grover.
Man on first, man on second, 1 out. That'll bring up the 8-hitter, Mason Ward, 8-hitter, wearing number 8, designated hitter today for the Skyhawks. .208 average for Ward, .666 OPS, 15 hits, 15 RBIs, leads the team in walks with 21. Committed to Olympus College in California. Starting off the at-bat, taking a ball. Takes ball too high. Ball low, 3-0 count here to Mason Ward. Mentioned it. Drawn 21 walks on the season to lead Salem Hills. Shown extreme patience at the plate all season long. Continue to do that here in this at-bat. 3-0 pitch. Called strike on the fastball from Vance Cougar. Trying to work it back. 3-1 count here from Vance to Ward. Swung on into right center field. That ball is going to be playable. Trig Richards going to get back to first base. Anyway, it looks like it's a pinch runner here. Number 10, McCoy Grover, pinch running for Trig Richards. Thought that ball was going to drop. Trying to go for extra bases. But great play out there in right field. Two outs here in the top of the second inning. Still a man on first and second. As a 9-hitter, Bracken Lindley playing in right field, wearing number 12, is up at the plate with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Swing and a miss on the 0-1, 0-2 count running from Vance Cougar to Bracken Lindley. Bracken Lindley coming in, .323 average, 10 hits, 7 RBIs for the junior, .946 OPS, 7 walks, and 39 plate appearances. As he'll take ball 1, 1-2 count running. Olympus faithful doesn't like the call, 1-2 count nonetheless. Ball outside, even count 2-2. Two pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning coming from Cougar Vance. Count runs full here for Bracken Lindley, 3-2 count. Payoff pitch from Vance. Fouled back. Bracken Lindley. We'll see his 7th pitch of the at-bat. Payoff once again. Fouled back once again. Lindley will see 8 pitches in the at-bat, and will do it again. 3 hits for Salem Hills early. Just 1 hit for Olympus. 1-0 lead for the Skyhawks here in the win or go home elimination game. Winner will take on the loser of Orem and Brighton. That will happen later on today at 4:30 here at BYU. Payoff pitch coming. And another foul ball back into the netting from Lindley. Similar spot, the last 3 foul tips. Taking a similar swing. Quality plate appearance here for Bracken Lindley. Payoff from Bracken. Swing and a miss. Cougar Vance with his first strikeout of the afternoon. We'll end the top of the 2nd inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd with Caden Lloyd leading off for the Skyhawks. After these messages from our sponsors, we are back here at Larry H. Miller Field. Salem Hills leading the Olympus Titans 1-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd. Leading things off is a 5-hitter wearing number 8, Caden Lloyd, playing in center field for the Titans. Trig Richards, a sophomore, remaining on the mound, had a single there in the top of the 2nd. But Cougar Vance worked out of a man on first and a man on second to hold the Skyhawks scoreless in the top of the 2nd. Ball hit hard into center field. That will drop for a base hit. 2nd single of the day for the Titans, Caden Lloyd, with a lead-off single to get things started in the bottom of the 2nd for Olympus. Trailing 1-0. At the plate, number 13, Fabio Irisson. Hitting in the 6th spot today for Irisson. Batting .394, .955 OPS, 13 hits, 13 RBIs, and 5 walks for the junior. Runner goes. And no play at second base as Caden Lloyd, first pitch of the at-bat to Irisson. He'll take the stolen bag. Man on second to lead things off here. No outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Fabio Irisson at the plate. One-0 pitch here. Ball hit high into foul territory. Playable for the first baseman. That will be out number 1, caught by Dom Jex here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Max Rice, number 6, batting 7. Playing in right field today for the Titans. Caden Lloyd on second base, as Rice will take ball 1 to start things off here. Ball too high after Trig Richards took a look back at second base. Keeping an eye on Caden Lloyd here. Runner in scoring position for the Titans in a 1-0 hole. 2-0 pitch coming, swing and a miss, fouled off. 2-1 count running to Max Rice. Max Rice batting .333 on the year, 14 hits, 4 RBIs, 8 walks, 773 OPS for the senior. In the on-deck circle is number 12, Josh Moore, the left fielder. Batting number 8 behind Max Rice. 2-1 count. Make it 3-1. Max Rice drawn 8 walks on the year. See if he'll have the green light on the 3-1 pitch. 1 out, bottom of second. Man on second here for Rice. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. 5-pitch walk here for Max Rice.
Now playing 12, Josh Moore.
That'll bring up number 12, Josh Moore. Batting 8, playing in left field for number 12, the senior. 308 average, 753 OPS, 20 hits, 12 RBIs, 2 walks. Called strike 1 on the heater. Man on first and second, 1 out, 0-1 pitch coming to Josh Moore. Swung on. Foul ground over to the Salem Hills dugout. Make it 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for Trig Richards. Second out of the inning.
Now playing 9, Trey Moreno.
Struck out Josh Moore there. As we take it to the bottom of the lineup, number 9, Dre Moreno. Playing shortstop today. Batting 9, wearing number 9. He'll take strike 1 low. On the bottom rail. Dre Moreno hitting 170, 477 OPS, 8 hits, 4 RBIs for the senior. Runners go. Play at third base, not in time. That'll put a runner on third and second here for Dre Moreno. Caden Lloyd and Max Rice double steal at the same time to advance the base runners. 2 runners in scoring position now for Dre Moreno here in a 1-1 count. Called strike 2. 1-2 count running, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Trig Richards trying to work out of a jam here with a runner on second and third with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Low. 2-2 on the heater. Dre Moreno standing in there. Trying to put the Titans on the board for the first time this morning, excuse me. Swung on, hit to shortstop, playable, and the inning is over. Trig Richards working out of a runner on second and third to hold the Titans scoreless here in the bottom of the second. Back to Brigham Young University, back to the top of the lineup for Salem Hills in the top of the third inning. Talon Cloward singled in the top of the first inning. Vance Cougar taking the mound for his third inning of work, as Cloward will take ball 1 high to start things off. Cloward takes time. Mentioned Cloward earlier, 361 average. 121 plate appearances, most on the Skyhawk team. Typical of your one-hitter. Speed on the base paths. And a good eye as the count runs 2-0 to Cloward. Salem Hills leading 1-0 early on in this ball game. As Cloward takes ball 3, take a step out of the batter's box. Step back in with a 3-0 count. Three-0 pitch, called, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to start things off in the top of the 3rd inning for Talon Cloward. Caleb DeGraff and Reed grounded out in the 1st inning. I'll have a man on first base, no outs, top of the 3rd inning. Caleb DeGraff and Reed, 3-hit game yesterday in the loss to Orem. He skies this one foul. 0-1 count. Caleb DeGraff and Reed, 2 hits and 2 RBIs in Game 2 to eliminate West Jordan in the Super Regionals as well. As the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks upset number 3 seed West Jordan. Runner goes again. Talon Cloward is safe at second base. Close play, but Cloward able to beat out the throw. As he'll take second base, put a runner in scoring position. Nobody out here in the top of the 3rd for DeGraff and Reed. One pitch called, strike 2. Talon Cloward, 19 stolen bases on the season. Gets another one right there. Been on base both at bats for the Skyhawks. Is the 1-2 pitch coming, swing and a miss. Vance Cougar with his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. First out of the top of the 3rd, man still on second with Braxton Harrison coming up to the plate. Vance Cougar, 3 early strikeouts, just 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run. With Braxton Harrison at the plate, man on second. Harrison moves out of the way, takes ball 1 inside. Mentioned Braxton Harrison, 114 at-bats, plate appearances, I should say, 92 at-bats, 32 hits, 27 RBIs, .925 OPS. Ball 2 in the same spot. Inside, make it 2-0 count. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Talon Cloward drew a walk, stole second base. Two-0 pitch swung on, fouled back into the netting. 2-1 count. Runner goes, Cloward will take third base, make it a 2-2 count on the swing and the miss from Braxton Harrison. But Cloward stealing the base. Once again, mentioned 19 stolen bases on the year coming into today. Stole second, stole third here, showing the speed on the base paths like we mentioned. Typical of a one-hitter as Braxton Harrison fouls us off, remains 2-2 even count. Prototypical one-hitter, Talon Cloward, with the ability to steal bags with ease. Puts a runner at third, 1 out, 2-2 count coming to Braxton Harrison. Full count running on ball 3, high out of the hand of Vance Cougar. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a high fastball. That'll be out number 2 in the top of the third inning. Strikeout number 4 on the day for Vance Cougar. That's going to bring up number 23, Gus Johnson. Fly out, resulted in a double play in the top of the first inning. 2 outs here in the top of the third with a man on third. Takes ball 1 outside and low. 1-0 count. Ball outside once again. Good eye here from Gus Johnson to make it a 2-0 count. Dom Jex on deck for the Skyhawks. Called strike 1 on the inside, corner of the plate, 2-1 count running. Swung at, sharply to second base, and that will do it for the top of the third inning. Salem Hills still leads 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. We'll get back to the top of the lineup for Josh Stoll when we come back after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field here at Brigham Young University. 1-0, Salem Hills leads Olympus. Josh Stoll leading things off, fly out in the first inning for the one-hitter. Trig Richards, 1 strikeout so far. Just 2 hits allowed. No earned runs. One 1-0 count to start things off. 1-0 pitch, fouled back, 1-1. Ball too high in the strike zone. Two 2-1 pitch coming from Richards. Swing and a miss, make it 2-2, even up. Titans trying to answer here in this elimination game. Win or go home for both teams. Swung on sharply right into center field. That's going to be a single to lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning for Josh Stoll. That'll bring up Cade Feltz here. No outs in the bottom of the third inning. Man on first base. Swung on, same spot as before. Another single into center field, this time by Cade Feltz. Couple of singles to start off the bottom of the third inning. Has a man on first and a man on second here for Andrew Morgan coming up to the plate. Andrew Morgan, 24 hits, 15 RBIs for the senior. 1.202 OPS, trying to drive in some runs here in the bottom of the third inning, down 1-0 to Salem Hills. Trig Richards on the mound, giving up a couple of singles to start things off. Bunt attempt here by Andrew Morgan. Rolls foul. 0-1 count to start things off. Bunt attempt, number 2 for Andrew Morgan, will be called ball 1. 1-1 count, no outs, man on first and second at the bottom of the third. Steal attempt here, no throw to third base. That'll put runners on the corners as Josh Stoll stand up steal into third base. Make it a 2-1 count here to Andrew Morgan. Throw back to first base. Checking in on Cade Feltz. Two-one pitch, showing bunt is Andrew Morgan, and that's going to work. He will be safe. Number 23, Josh Stoll. And so will Cade Feltz at third base. Runners on the corners once again. An RBI bunt here from Andrew Morgan to tie things up at 1 apiece. Perfectly executed bunt right in front of the plate. Brings in Josh Stoll. Cade Feltz moves to third base. Andrew Morgan will remain on first. We'll get a pinch runner here for Morgan. No outs here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-1. Tied up here after the RBI bunt from Morgan. Number 15, Tucker Cannon, will pinch run for the Titans. This will bring up number 3, Jack Evans, in the cleanup spot for number 3. Grounded out in the first inning. Has a man on first and a man on third in a tie ball game. No outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Jack Evans, mentioned .432 average, 32 hits, 22 RBIs, 1.042 OPS. Been excellent in the cleanup spot all year with a chance here to extend the Titan lead. That ball gets away, and Tucker Cannon will take second base for the steal. Runners at second and third once again for the Titans. Tucker Cannon, pinch running after the Andrew Morgan RBI bunt. All runners safe, no outs. Ball 2 thrown here to Jack Evans. Two-0 count coming from Trig Richards. Inside, 3-0 count. We'll see if Jack Evans here has the green light or if this will be an automatic take. Try and load up the bases here in the bottom of the third inning for Olympus. Strike 1 called. Count runs 3-1 for Trig Richards, pitching to Jack Evans. 3-1 pitch coming, swung on, make it 3-2 here. No outs in the bottom of the third inning. Count runs full to Jack Evans. Frustrated with himself that he didn't take ball 4 there. Full count nonetheless with a chance to add to the lead. 3-2 pitch coming, that is high. Takes ball 4 there, and that'll load up the bases with no outs in the bottom of the third inning. Walk there by Jack Evans. Caden Lloyd singled in the bottom of the second inning. Wearing number 8, hitting in the 5 spot, center fielder. No outs, bases loaded. Trig Richards trying to work out of this jam. Keep this game tied up at 1 apiece. But Caden Lloyd has a chance to open things up. He'll hit it high up into left field. Into foul territory. Will hold the runner at third base. Big out number one here for Trig Richards to keep the bases loaded.
Now playing for 13, Fabio, your swing.
Caden Lloyd fly out, not deep enough. For a tag at third base from, I believe it's Cade Feltz over there. Hold the runners. Base is still loaded. One out, bottom of three. 1-1 ball game. A bunt once again by number 13, Fabio Irisant. It'll be an out at first, but that will drive home the second run of the game for Salem Hills. Sacrifice bunt for Fabio Irisant.
Now playing for 6, Max.
Will draw in the RBI as Max Rice steps up to the plate. Drew a walk in the bottom of the second inning. A chance here to add to the lead. 2 outs, 2-1, Olympus leads. Runners at second and third for number 6 as he takes ball one high. Pitch coming from Trig Richards, sophomore. Ball 2 called to Max Rice. Max Rice, 8 walks drawn on the year. Mentioned it earlier, .333 batting average, 50 plate appearances, 42 at-bats. 14 hits, 4 RBIs. No extra base knocks for the senior. Been a single machine. Looks to do it once again here in the bottom of the third inning with a man on second and a man on third. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, make it 2-2. Count even up here for Trig Richards. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Swing and a miss. Limiting the damage is Trig Richards for out number 3.
And the Titans score 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, straight 2 runners.
Olympus taking the 2-1 lead into the top of the fourth. Welcome back to Brigham Young University. Top of the 4th inning here. Olympus up 2-1. Dom Jex, rather. One 0 count run into Jex. Ball 2, 2-0 count to Jex. Vance Cougar gave up a run in the first inning. Second and third innings were scoreless as he throws in strike 1. 4 strikeouts for Vance. 2 strikeouts for Trig Richards on the other side for Salem Hills. Solid pitching outing so far from both teams. As Dom Jex fires one into left field, that's going to do it for a single. To get things started, lead-off single for Dom Jex. Starting off the 4th. Salem Hills trailing 2-1. That'll bring up Trey Mitchell. Drew a walk in the top of the second inning. No outs, man on first base for the third baseman. Swung on into left field. Played off the hop, and that's going to bring Dom Jex to second base. No out single once again, back-to-back singles here from Dom Jex and Trey Mitchell to get things started in the top of the 4th inning for Salem Hills. The pitcher, Trig Richards, singled in the top of the second inning. Another plate appearance for the sophomore. Vance Cougar trying to work out of a man on first and a man on second jam early on here in the fourth. A bunt playable at first base will move the runners over to second and third, and the first out of the inning. On the 2-3 bunt attempt, runners advance. Runners on second and third with one out here in the top of the fourth inning. That'll bring up Mason Ward, flew out in the second inning. Designated hitter today for the Skyhawks. One out here with a man on second and third in the top of the fourth inning. Leadoff single from Dom Jex, followed by a single from Trey Mitchell, and a sacrifice bunt from Trig Richards. Puts the man on second and third. Runners in scoring place here from Mason Ward. Swing and a miss for strike number one. One pitch coming from Vance Cougar. Ball outside, 2-1 count. Infield in here for the Titans. Called strike two, looking count evened up here at 2-2. One out, top of four for Mason Ward. Count runs full here, 3-2 to Mason Ward. Mentioned he flew out in the second inning. Mason Ward not shy to taking walks, 21 walks on the year. And he'll take another one on the 3-2 count. Bases loaded for the Skyhawks, top of the fourth inning with one out. This will bring up Bracken Lindley in the 9 spot for Salem Hills. Struck out in the top of the second inning, but a chance here to do some damage, take back the lead with the bases loaded and one out. Fouled back. Oh, 1 count. Ball high and outside. Make it 1-1. Ball just a little bit outside there. Make it 2-1. Bracken Lindley with a chance here for Salem Hills to do some damage. Dom Jack started things off with a single. Ball hit high in the infield over to first base side. Playable for Cade Feltz. He will make the catch. Big out number 2 for Cougar Vance. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Bases still loaded. We'll bring it back to the top of the lineup. Talon Cloward. Reached base both times so far in this game. A single in the first, walk in the third. Will get his third at-bat of the game. In the top of the fourth inning, bases loaded, 2 outs here at Brigham Young University. Cougar Vance on the mound for Olympus Titans. Ball a little bit outside. 1-0 to Talon Cloward. Talon Cloward, 16 walks on the year, 361 average, 35 hits, 17 RBIs for the senior. Takes ball 2 inside. Ball 3 here, 3-0 count to Talon Cloward. Drew a walk in the top of the third, in the top of the fourth here. Has a 3-0 count. Will he have the green light? Pitch coming from Vance. And that ball is inside, 4-pitch walk to Talon Cloward. Ties this game up at 2 apiece. RBI walk here for Talon Cloward, second walk of the afternoon. That'll bring up the 2-hitter, Caleb DeGraffenried. DeGraffenried with a ground out in the first, strikeout in the third. Another chance here with the bases loaded. 2 outs, tied up at 2 apiece. DeGraffenried, high into center field, playable. And that will do it here in the top of the 4th inning. Just 1 run here from Salem Hills with the bases loaded. Cougar Vance working out of it will take you to the bottom of the 4th inning in a tie ball game here at Brigham Young University. After a word from our sponsors quickly. This game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Leading off the inning for the Titans in a tie ball game, 2-2. Both teams with 5 hits. Josh Moore will take the plate. Trig Richards remains on the mound. Trig Richards threw 4 innings, had 6 strikeouts in game 2 versus West Jordan in their upset of the 3 seed in the Super Regionals. That has allowed him to get to this point to take on the Titans today. Number 12, Josh Moore, playing in left field, batting in the 8th spot. Start things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He takes strike 1 on the foul tip. Called strike 2. Count runs 0-2 quickly here for Trig Richards. 2 strikeouts on the day for the sophomore. Just 5 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. Even scoreboard across for both teams. Fouled once again. Count remains 0-2 for the leadoff hitter, Josh Moore. Josh Moore coming in, 308 average. 20 hits, 12 RBIs, .753 OPS for the senior. As he hits this one into foul ground territory, Dom Jex will try and make a play, but that will get out of play. Back-to-back foul balls here to stay alive for Josh Moore. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Trig Richards for out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning here in a 2-2 ball game. That'll bring up the 9-hitter, Drew Moreno, playing shortstop today. Grounded out in the 2nd inning. 1 out here, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. Takes ball 1 inside. One-0 pitch coming from Richards. Make it 2-0. Ball inside. Heater hit sharply to shortstop. Play made, 6-3 ground out. Made by Austin Hicks. Thrown over to Dom Jex. Out number 2 in the inning. Back to the top of the lineup for the Titans. Josh Stoll, fly out in the first, single in the third. his third at-bat of the afternoon. Called strike one on the outside corner. A 0-1 pitch from Richards in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. Swung on into left field. That ball is going to drop for a single. 2-out single here for Josh Stoll in the bottom of the fourth.
Now play number 5, Kate Phelps.
That'll bring up Cade Feltz. Couple of singles. One in the first, one in the third. 2 hits on the day already for Feltz. Looking to create a 2-out rally for the Titans. Throw back to first base. Checking on Josh Stoll. Josh Stoll covers. We'll reset. Josh Stoll attempting to steal. Throw gets away from the shortstop, Austin Hicks. That'll be a steal here for Josh Stoll in the bottom of the fourth inning. Josh Stoll just stole second base. 1-0 count for Cade Feltz. Playing first base, wearing number 5, batting in the 2 spot. He hits this one into foul territory on the left side. Count evens up at 1 apiece. One pitch coming from Trig Richards. 3 strikeouts on the day. 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs. That ball's hit sharply into center field. Playable for the Skyhawks. That'll be out number 3 in the inning. Base runner stranded at second. We'll head to the top of the 5th in a tie ball game 2-2 here at Brigham Young University in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. Brigham Young University. 2-2 ball game between the Salem Hills Skyhawks, the 19 seed, and the 7 seed Olympus Titans. Cougar Vance coming out for his 4th inning of work, or 5th inning, I should say, through 4 innings. As he'll pitch to Braxton Harrison to lead things off here in the 5th. Winner go home scenario for both teams. Crucial. Round 2 of bracket play. Two-0 count running here to Harrison. 2-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Single in the first for Braxton Harrison. Strikeout in the third. His 3rd plate appearance. Fires this one foul just over our heads here in the booth. Count even at 2 apiece. Ball fired. We'll get past the third baseman into left field on a rope. That'll be the 2nd single of the day for Braxton Harrison to lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning. Man on first. Nobody out here for number 23, Gus Johnson. Playing out in left field, fly out, resulting in a double play. In the first, fly out in the 4th. He has to duck to get out of the way of that pitch. Ball 1. Cougar Vance, 4 strikeouts. Trig Richards, 3 strikeouts. Both pitchers allowed 6 hits, 2 earned runs so far in this game. Throw back to first base to check on Braxton Harrison. Harrison covers the bag. We'll reset here with a 1 ball, no strikes. We'll get a balk here. Pardon me, not Braxton Harrison. A pinch runner once again for Harrison.
Running for the Skyhawks, number 13, Tate Bills.
Can't see the number on the pinch runner here. When I get that information, we'll relay it. 1-0 pitch to Gus Johnson. Foul tip, make it 1-1. Runner on second on the balk. Even numbers across the board for both the Skyhawks and the Titans. 6 hits, 2 runs. Top of the 5th inning here. In a crucial win-or-go-home game for both playoff teams. No outs here, top of the 5th. 1-1 pitch. Make it 2-1 on the ball high. Two one coming. Ball outside, make it 3-1 here to Gus Johnson. Pinch runner on second base. Ball inside, that'll be a 5-pitch walk here for Gus Johnson with nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second. And that'll bring up Dom Jex. Single in his last time up in the 4th for Dom Jex. Strikeout in the 2nd. We'll get a meeting at the mound with Vance Cougar. And his duties will be relieved for the afternoon. Vance Cougar, final stat line, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, couple of walks here through 4 innings of work. Man on first and second. New pitcher coming in. And we will head to a timeout, head to a break from a word from our sponsors, and be right back shortly.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Back to Larry H. Miller Field. Tommy Nelson relieving Cougar Vance, the senior. 5.25 ERA. 26 2/3 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, 18 walks on the year for Tommy Nelson. Dom Jex with the bunt attempt will roll foul. 0-1 count, man on first, man on second, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning for the Skyhawks. New pitcher in for the Titans, Tommy Nelson. Number 16 at the mound. 0-1 pitch coming from Nelson. Bunt attempt number 2 for Dom Jex, making an 0-2 count. Tied up 2-2 ball game. Both team with 6 hits on the afternoon. Ball 1 high, 1-2 count to Jex. Hit hard at third base, but that ball will go just foul. Could have been extra bases there for Dom Jex, but instead, count remains 1-2. Ball hit sharply just outside that third base line. One-two pitch coming from Nelson. Called strike 3 for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Tommy Nelson with his first strikeout of the afternoon. That'll bring up Trey Mitchell. Called strike 1. Man on first and second. 1 out. Top of the 5th. New pitcher in for the Titans, Tommy Nelson. Just earned his first strikeout of the outing. Pitching to Trey Mitchell. Mitchell fouls it back into the netting. 0-2 count running here for Nelson. Trey Mitchell with a walk in the second, a single in the 4th. Reach base, both at bats to start things off. Ball hit softly into the shortstop. Will not be able to turn the double play, but we'll get the runner at second, put runners at the corners. As a productive out for Tommy Nelson, we'll put Gus Johnson at third base.
Now play number 6, Trig Richards.
That'll bring up Trig Richards pitching as well today for the Skyhawks. A single in the second. Sacrifice bunt to move the runners over in the 4th. Get another opportunity here to take the lead. Throw back to third base, and Gus Johnson gets tagged out here to end the inning. Huge out here for Tommy Nelson. Keep things at 2-2 entering the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be right back after a word from these. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. Bottom of the 5th inning. Trig Richards remains on the mound for Salem Hills. Three strikeouts for Richards. 6 hits allowed, 2 runs. As ball 1 starts off the inning to Andrew Morgan, number 24, the catcher. Hits one sharply into left field. That's going to be a single, lead-off single to get things started here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Titans. Andrew Morgan with an RBI bunt in the 3rd, and a single here. Start things off in the 5th. Jack Evans up to the plate. Ground out and a walk in his first 2 plate appearances. Man on first. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5A Utah State baseball tournament between the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks, 7-seed Olympus Titans. Been a dead even game so far at 2-2. As a throwback to first base from Richards, checking in on the pinch runner. Tucker Cannon pinch running once again for Andrew Morgan. Back-to-back throws to first base. Tucker Cannon covers. We'll reset. No balls, no strikes. So number 3, Jack Evans, playing in third base today. Ball hit hard into right field, playable for out Number 1 in the inning, Jack Evans. Fly out into right field. Play made by Bracken Lindley for the Skyhawks. Runner remains at first base. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th for Caden Lloyd. Caden Lloyd, a single and a fly out in his first 2 plate appearances. Playing in center field today, wearing number 8 in the 5 spot for the Titans. Trig Richards remains on the mound. 4 1/3 innings pitched so far. As a bunt attempt laid down here by number 8, Caden Lloyd. With an out at first, productive out will move Jack Evans over to second base. But the second out of the inning for Trig Richards and the Skyhawks.
Now, plate number 13.
We'll bring Fabio Irisant. Fabio Irisant to the plate. Playing wearing number 13. Hitting in the 6th spot. Pop out in the 2nd. Sacrifice bunt RBI in the 3rd for Irisant. 2 outs, man on 2nd, bottom of the 5th. Trig Richards, 4 2/3 innings pitched so far, looking to make it 5. Called strike 1 on the corner. Count evens up at 1-1. Irisant DHing today for the Titans. Takes ball 2. Still a 2-2 ball game here in the top of the 5th. Excuse me, bottom of the 5th. Ball outside, 3-1 count to Irisant. Trig Richards, 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. 7 hits allowed, 2 earned runs. Irisant takes ball 4 on a 5-pitch walk. With 2 outs here, man on 1st and 2nd. That'll bring up Max Rice. Walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd in his 2 plate appearances. Man on 1st and 2nd. Looking to take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Strike 1 called by the home plate umpire. 0-1 count to Rice. Playing in right field today, wearing number 6, batting 7 is Rice. Trig Richards taking a look over at second base. Throws ball 1, evens up the count at 1-1. One pitch, low and outside, make it 2-1. From Richards to Rice. Game 1 of 4 here at Brigham Young University today. 2 winner go-home games. 1 in bracket 2 between Salem Hills and Olympus. In bracket 1, we'll get Viewmont and Cypress in the winner go-home game. Two count to Rice. Count evens up, 3-2. Crowd doesn't love the call. Count will run full regardless. Two outs, bottom of the 5th. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Full count, payoff pitch coming to Rice. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 5th. Score remains tied up at 2 apiece. We'll take you to the top of the 6th inning with Trig Richards leading off. We'll be right back after a word from Young University. Top of the 6th inning, tied up. 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks 2, 7 seed Olympus Titans 2. Trig Richards leading off the inning in the top of the 6th. Trig Richards, the pitcher, through 5 innings today. 7 hits allowed. 2 earned runs. Excellent outing from both pitchers. Vance Cougar starting it off, and Trig Richards for the Skyhawks. Started off 0-1 count here. Swing and a miss, make it 0-2. Tommy Nelson on the mound. 1 strikeout for Nelson in his first inning of work. Ball 1. Here to Richards. Richards with a single in the 2nd. A bunt in the 4th to move the runners over. In his 3rd plate appearance here, he strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Tommy Nelson for out number 1 in the top of the 6th inning.
Coming to the plate, number 8, Mason Ward.
Designated hitter, number 8, Mason Ward, hitting in the 8th spot. Fly out and a walk in his first 2 plate appearances. 1 out, nobody on here. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Ward. Strike 2, swing and a miss. Tommy Nelson inducing whiffs here early on in his outing. Relieve Vance Cougar in the top of the 5th. As he throws ball 1 in the dirt, 1-2 count running for Mason Ward. Number 12, Bracken Lindley in the on-deck circle. Mason Ward, high fly ball into right field, playable in foul territory. That'll do it. Out number 2 for Tommy Nelson.
Now playing for 12, Bracken Lindley.
Bracken Lindley in the 9 hole. Coming up to the plate, nobody on, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Tommy Nelson making quick work here as he throws ball 1. Ball 1. Ball 2, excuse me. Ball 2 to Lindley. Strikeout and a pop out for Lindley in his first 2 plate appearances. Called strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate on the heater from Tommy Nelson. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, make it 2-2 count, evened up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Full count here on the ball, high and inside. Payoff pitch. Hit sharply into left field. That ball is going to drop just foul. Called by the 3rd base umpire. Ball looked like it had a chance to stay in play, but squeaked just foul at the last moment. Count remains full for Bracken Lindley. He was turning first base, ready for an extra base hit. Couldn't quite squeeze that one in to the 3rd base line. C hits this one high into right field. Playable once again. Out number 3, 1-2-3 inning here for Tommy Nelson in the top of the 6th inning. Score remains tied up at 2 apiece. We'll get a word from our sponsors and be right back for the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. Bottom of the 6th inning. Salem Hills 2, Olympus 2. All tied up. Trig Richards will take the mound once again for the 6th inning. Just 7 hits allowed, 2 earned runs for Richards through 5. as Max Rice steps up to the plate for Olympus, We'll get a pinch hit here from Olympus. Number 21, Thomas Olson. Thomas Olson takes ball 1. Olson, 286 average. 4 hits, 1 RBI for the junior, 762 OPS. As he hits this one into foul territory, will not be playable for the first baseman, Dom Jex. Olson, just 15 plate appearances on the year. Does have a triple. Junior, number 21, relieving Max Rice. Called strike 1. Strike 2, 1-2 count running. Here to Olson. Swing and a miss. Trig Richards gets strikeout number 4 here for the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Both pitchers here putting together great performances. Vance Cougar threw 4. Trig Richards threw 5 1/3, and Tommy Nelson on the other side for Olympus as well through 2 innings. In a 2-2 ball game. Called strike 1 with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Another pinch hit. Number 36, Jackson Vandernacken. Grounds out to the pitcher. A 1-3 ground out for out number 2. Jackson Vandenacker. Josh Stoll back to the top of the lineup. Number 23, fly out, couple of singles in his first 3 at-bats. Takes ball 1 outside. Foul tip, make it 1-2. One, 2 pitch coming here from Trig Richards to Josh Stoll with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Fouled off once again by Stoll. Trig Richards trying to get through 6 innings. 5 2/3 here of 2-run ball. Here's the 1-2. Ball just a little outside. Count evens up at 2 apiece with 2 outs. Full count here on the take from Josh Stoll. Spits on the ball. Payoff pitch, low and inside. 3-2 walk for Josh Stoll with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Get a meeting at the mound here. Cade Feltz will be up at the plate. Trig Richards remains in the ball game for the Skyhawks. Lefty on lefty matchup between Trig Richards and Cade Feltz. Tie ball game here at Brigham Young University, tied up 2-2. Man on first base, 2 outs. Throw back to first base to check on Stoll. Josh Stoll stole second base in his last time up after he hit a single in the 4th. Bottom of the 6th inning. Throw back to first base once again. The pitch to Feltz, fouled off. 0-1 count here for number 5, the first baseman. Throw back to first base. Once again, checking in on Stoll, holding him at first, trying to catch him leaning towards second. Pitch high and outside, even up at 1-1. Josh Stoll trying to take second base, and he is out for the final out of the bottom of the 6th inning. Caught stealing is Josh Stoll. Great throw from the catcher for the tag out. That'll bring us to the top of the 7th inning. Welcome back to Brigham Young University for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Round 2 of bracket play here in the loser bracket between the 19 seed Salem Hills Skyhawks and the 7 seed Olympus Titans. Tommy Nelson, 2 strikeouts on the day, no earned runs, will take the mound here again for his 3rd inning of the work in the top of the 7th. Back to the top of the lineup for the Skyhawks, Talon Cloward, number 7. Swing and a miss. Make it 0-1 to start things off here in the 7th. Cloward, a single in the 1st, walk in the 3rd, RBI walk in the 4th on a bases loaded situation. And he'll take it, lead things off here in the 7th. As he hits one sharply into left field, that's going to be a single for Talon Cloward, 2nd single of the day. 4th time reaching base here for number 7, playing in center field. We'll get it to Caleb DeGraffenfried. Man on first, nobody out here for the 2nd baseman. Top of 7, Tommy Nelson on the mound. Throw back here to first base. Talon Cloward, couple of steals already in the game. Prototypical one-hitter. Excellent speed and awareness on the base paths. First pitch here to DeGraffenfried, hit high up, shallow center field. Coming in on it is Caden Lloyd. Makes the catch for the flyout. First out here for Tommy Nelson in the top of the 7th. Man on first, Talon Cloward with the single to lead things off. As number 4, Braxton Harrison. Couple of knocks today, 1 strikeout. His 4th at bat here. Takes ball 1 low. Throw back from Tommy Nelson. Talon Cloward covering the bag. 1-0 count here to Braxton Harrison. Another throw back to first. Throw not in time. 1 out, 1-0 count, top of the 7th. Cloward will go. And he is out. Great throw here from number 24, Andrew Morgan, to the second baseman, Josh Stoll, for the second out of the inning. Base is cleared right there. Count remains 2-0. Nobody on now for Braxton Harrison. Ball 3 high. Big out on the steal attempt to give Tommy Nelson 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Nobody on. Ball 4, pitch walk here for Braxton Harrison, who will take first base. I imagine Harrison will get pinch hit, and he will. Tage Bills, the junior, will pinch hit here for Braxton Harrison. Braxton Harrison reached base 3 times today in 4 plate appearances. As Gus Johnson takes ball 1 high and outside. Gus Johnson, fly out in the first, fly out in the 4th, and a walk in the 5th. Takes a hack at strike 1. Make it a 1-1 count here. Man on first base after the walk drawn from Braxton Harrison. Pitch coming from Tommy Nelson. That's going to be ball 2 high once again. Make it a 2-1 count. Tied up 2 apiece here in the second round of bracket play between the 19 seed Skyhawks of Salem Hills and the 7 seed Titans of Olympus. 3-1 count running here to Gus Johnson. He takes a hack. Count runs full on the foul off. Winner advances to take on the loser of Orem and Brighton. That'll take place later on this afternoon. Payoff pitch. That ball is high. Runner at first, runner at second here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Back-to-back walks here from Harrison and Johnson. That'll bring up number 1, Dom Jex. Strikeout in the 2nd, single in the 4th, strikeout in the 5th. 7 hits, 2 runs for both teams. Dead even game so far. 0-1 count from Nelson to Jex. Count evens up at 1 apiece on ball 1 from Nelson. High and inside, make it 2-1. Two-one pitch coming from Nelson. Check swing. Did he go? He did not, says the first base umpire. Make it 3-1 count here to Dom Jex. Dom Jex, number 1, playing first baseman, hitting in the 5 spot. 3-1 count coming from Nelson. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning in this winner go-home game. He'll take ball 4 once again. Back-to-back walks to load up the bases for the Skyhawks in the top of the 7th inning. Single by Cloward to start off the inning. Caught stealing. Fly out from DeGraff and Fried. Got it to 2 outs with nobody on, but 3 straight walks here from Tommy Nelson has the bases loaded in the top of the 7th as Trey Mitchell is up to bat. Trey Mitchell with a walk in the 2nd, single in the 4th, ground out in the 5th. Looking to take the lead here. Ball one high. Salem Hills has walked the bases loaded. Excellent patience at the plate. Forcing Tommy Nelson to throw strikes here. Count runs 2-0 to Trey Mitchell. Salem Hills dugout on their feet. Ball three high once again, 3-0 count, bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Salem Hills, the 19 seed, trying to go for the upset once again. Upset West Jordan early on last week. Trying to upset Olympus today, as he will take ball 4, and that will give Salem Hills the 3-2 lead in the top of the 7th inning. Bases remain loaded and 2 outs. We'll get a meeting at the mound with Tommy Nelson. Couple of RBI walks here from the Skyhawks, staying incredibly disciplined at the plate, as a couple of Olympus pitchers will head over into the bullpen to get loose. Tommy Nelson will remain on the mound for the Titans here. Trig Richards started the game as the pitcher for Salem Hills through 6 innings of work already. Will take the plate here in the 7-hole. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Trig Richards, a single in the 2nd, sacrifice bunt in the 4th, and a strikeout in the 6th. Bases loaded for Richards. Get a pinch run here for Trey Mitchell.
Running for the Skyhawks, number 10, McCoy Grover.
Number 10, McCoy Grover will get the pinch run opportunity at first base. Bases still loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. 0-1 count here to Trig Richards. Strike 2 on the outside corner of the plate. Oh, 2 pitch coming from Nelson. Salem Hills leads 3-2. Ball 1 high, 1-2 count running for Trig Richards. A chance to add to the Salem Hills lead. Going for the upset, 19 seed. Upset West Jordan a couple of days ago. Foul tipped off, 1-2 count still. Here's the 1-2 from Nelson. Ball 2 high, count even up at 2 apiece. Winner go home for both teams. Massive game here with a swing and a miss by Trig Richards for out number 3 in the inning, but not before Salem Hills takes the lead, 3-2. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th as Olympus will try and tie it up or win the game on a walk-off. We'll be back to Larry H. Miller Field after these words from our sponsor. To Larry H. Miller Field as the Salem Hills Skyhawks on a bases-loaded walk took the lead 3-2 here in the winner go-home game, round 2 of bracket play in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Today's game is sponsored to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. It's a big deal. Member FDIC.
Number 5, Keith Phelps.
Cade Phelps will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Titans. Talked about it before the break. Chance to tie it up or win the game here on a walk-off. Tying run at the plate is Cade Phelps. Strike one here to start things off from Trig Richards, who will start on the mound in the bottom of the 7th. Through 6 innings of work, just 2 runs allowed, 7 hits. He will start the 7th here with nobody in the bullpen. Cade Phelps, single in the 1st, single in the 3rd, fly out in the 4th. His 4th plate appearance here. Swung on, 0-2 foul ball. Andrew Morgan, the catcher, in the batter's box, batting in the 3 spot. Or in the on-deck circle, excuse me. Cade Phelps in the batter's box as he takes ball 1 outside. Swung on, fouled back once again. Count remains 1-2 with no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Both team with 7 hits. Salem Hills leads 3-2. 1-2 pitch, fouled off once again by Cade Phelps. One-two pitch coming. Foul tip back. Trig Richards, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. Pitching an absolute gem in this elimination game for the 19-seed Salem Hills Skyhawks. Umpire meeting quickly here. We will reset. 1-2 count here for Cade Phelps. 3 outs to work with here for the Titans. Down 3-2. Fouled off once again here by Phelps on the pitch from Trig Richards. Here's the 1-2. Sweet strike out looking for Cade Phelps. Olympus head coach having some words for the home plate umpire. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. On the strikeout from Cade Phelps, we'll bring up Andrew Morgan, number 24. Olympus head coach still letting the home plate umpire hear it. As Trig Richards' outing will be done. 5 strikeouts, 7 hits, 2 earned runs through 6 1/3 innings of work here in the winner go home game. What an incredible outing from Trig Richards that he gets a standing ovation at Brigham Young University. We'll take a break here and come back with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me.
Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back to Brigham Young University. Number 12, Bracken Lindley taking the mound. 5.6 ERA, 20 innings pitched, 13 Ks, 9 walks, 16 earned runs on 27 hits for the junior. He'll be tasked to get the final 2 outs here. Salem Hills leading 3-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Up at the plate with 1 out here is number 24, Andrew Morgan. Bracken Lindley set to throw his first pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. One-oh pitch. Outside once again, 2-0. Outside once again, 3 balls, no strikes. Here in the bottom of the 7th to Andrew Morgan. Fly out in the first, RBI bunt in the 3rd, and a single in the 5th. For number 24. Called strike 1 here, bottom of the rail. On the heater from Bracken Lindley. Nobody on for the Titans. Ball flown into left field. High in the air, playable. That will be caught by the left fielder, Gus Johnson. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Last out to work with for the Titans to stay alive in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. We'll get number 3, Jack Evans, up at the plate. Playing third base, hitting in the 4 spot. Ground out in the 1st, walk in the 3rd, fly out in the 5th. And he'll take ball 1 to start things off. Bracken Lindley coming in to relieve Trig Richards. Swung on, hit into right field. That's going to be a base knock. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Jack Evans. That'll bring up number 8, Caden Lloyd, on the Titans' final out to work with. Hitting in the 5 spot, playing in center field is number 8. Single in the 2nd, fly out in the 3rd. And a bunt out in the 5th. He'll take ball 1 here from Lindley. Called strike 1, count even at 1-1. Runner on first base for the Titans. Number 3, Jack Evans on base. Caden Lloyd at the plate. He will foul this one back. 1-2 count. Final strike to work with for the Olympus Titans to stay alive here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Salem Hills faithful on their feet, cheering on Bracken Lindley as he looks to get the final out here. 1-2 pitch high, even up at 2-2. (19-seed) Salem Hills Skyhawks looking for another upset of the 7-seed Olympus Titans. Full count here on ball 3, high to Caden Lloyd. Caden Lloyd playing in center field today. Runner at first base, 3-2 count, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Fouled back. We'll do it again. What a game it's been here in our first of 4 at Larry H. Miller Field today in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Incredible performances from the pitching on both sides. As Caden Lloyd gets hit by pitch. That'll send Jack Evans over to second base, and Caden Lloyd will take first. 2 outs still. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Olympus Titans with a 2-out rally here. A single and a hit by pitch will bring up Fabio Irison. Tucker Cannon, number 15, will pinch hit at second base. Looking for some speed on the base pass for Cannon to get home. If Fabio Irison is able to get a base hit knock. Olympus with a chance to tie the game or win it on a walk-off. Tying run at second base, winning run at first. Salem Hills leads 3-2 in this win or go home matchup between the 19 seed and the 7 seed. Irison steps up into the batter's box. Pop out in the second. Sack Blunt. RBI. In the third. Walk in the fifth. As he takes strike 1. Here from Bracken Lindley. 0-1 count from Lindley. 2 outs. 2 runners on. Here in the bottom of the 7th for the Olympus Titans. Swung on, popped up. That will be played, and that will do it. The Salem Hills Skyhawks, 19 seed, coming in and upsetting the 7 seed Olympus Titans. They will advance to take on the loser of Orem and Brighton, set to take place later today. Excellent pitching performance from Trig Richards, going 6 1/3 innings of work. Finished off the final 2 outs by Bracken Lindley. And that will do it here in an excellent game. Salem Hills 3, Olympus Titans 2. Thank you so much for joining us all today here on KSLSports.com. Big thank you to our production staff and everyone behind the scenes who made this broadcast possible. My name's Kyle Garrison. Tune back in at 1:30 as Viewmont and Cypress face off in the first winner-go-home game of Bracket 1. Catch all the action throughout this week here on KSLSports.com. Thank you for tuning in.